In 18th century practice in sculpture, especially on any ship, I never saw a female figure naked.
It's not naked. She's wearing underwear.
Yeah, but that's in a sense that for an 18th century guy, it's naked. So this is something which is unconceivable. The rest with the attribute, the military attribute, that's okay, even if it's a woman, because it's a woman. So normally the women, they are going to war, but they are not really the fighter. They will get the prisoner, that kind of stuff, they will do that, but they are not. But from an iconographic point of view, there is no problem, it's working. So, the trail, the decoration in the trail, but that's okay, it's just, in theory it could be symmetric, but that's not really a big problem, because I've seen a sample of a ship different from one side to the other. The second one. The second one, naturally, again, you have, it's pretty interesting. There is some technical problem with the bow of the ship because naturally here you have the cut water. It's a structural piece, so it's about, in reality it's about that thick. And so it means it's overlapping a little. Technically speaking, it's not dramatic. So I've seen samples where they did that. Naturally, the curve is perhaps not pronounced enough because it will have difficulty to fit with the rest of the ship. But that's basically, with this kind of plasticine, there's nothing to correct. So. There is a lot of detail, and what was the concern of the first group? It's an interesting point because naturally, right now we are very close. But if we are taking this thing, I'll just do a little example. Putting it here, and you go at the other hand of the room. So a lot of the detailing is disappearing. Mm-hmm. It's melting. Organized with that in mind.
But it will be painted, and that will
but even painted,
help to define.
even painted, because you're dealing with the sea, and the sea, it's a big mirror, and you will have light bouncing from below, and that would be a little. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying that because we know that they did a lot. In 18th century, they are not anthropologists, they are not ethnographers, they are simplifying, and especially because it's designed for the people in France, so not in France, but it's designed for people, European, because naturally the ship is designed to navigate all over the world, so naturally most people who will see the ship don't have the slightest idea of what is a First Nation women in Quebec. And if you're talking of a specific tribe, it's more difficult to do that. So that's something we could create problem, but yes, we have to do. This one, it's also very interesting. This one, it's interesting because you have research in the movement. This kind of movement with the drapery, that's typical of 18th century. They are doing that. You remember, we have seen the wax model. Wax model are done with that in mind. For female figure, it's very, very important to have that. Naturally, I think that with this kind of kit, the female is losing its native touch because naturally it's becoming more classical. But you have all the other attributes who are there to support this image that it's in fact something which is native. So you have in fact many clan symbol, and the 4 clan symbol will in fact identify this very classic figure as a First Nation figure, because it's a language, and so it's not necessary to have a re-representation of an Indian or a First Nation and Abenaki to convey the message. It's really the way it's presented.
It wouldn't be too hard to move the turtle.
I don't know, that's, I don't see any, there's no problem with that, it's just consideration. The fourth one is probably the most challenging one. We know that the French Navy did ship with just animal. But naturally, they never, I don't think they use just the symbol to, because naturally the problem with this one has nothing to do with the interest of the sculpture. It's difficult to identify because the clam, the bear, the thunderbird, the sturgeon, the turtle, the clam symbol could be applied to practically any
Yeah.
nation. So the Mi'kmaq have very, very similar clans. So it's very difficult to identify this organization as with the name of the frigate. In this case, it will be just the name of the frigate plus the association of what is there. You will force the people to make the correlation. It will not be an automatic correlation, but you will have the correlation possible. So it means that we have four very different approach. They have all their pro, all their con, but now, what do you think?